That song will still be stuck in your head at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
It already is.
already.
Thank you.
I
It
know.
already is.
But like I said, that's one that be glad you don't go outside because you be thinking about that playing baseball.
Oh.
We're gonna be going outside.
Oh, you're going outside? It's
I
too
think
cold.
so.
It's too cold. It's probably gonna snow.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Looking forward. We started talking about function notation last week, and it's not a hard concept. Remember we were doing all those hard word problems? You could take a little break with objective 97 and 98 and do something that's a little bit easier. Function notation. Now this time we are going to put some words to it, but hopefully these notes will help you understand it a little bit. Interpret a statement that uses function notation. So there's going to be a situation. The following problems will describe situations that can be modeled in function notation. And we used mostly f of x before. They're going to use different things, like this one is b of t. All right. First example. As water leaks out of a bucket, the water level in the bucket drops. The function b of t, right here, the function b of t represents the level of water in centimeters after t seconds. What is the meaning of b of 4 equals 8? Now down here is what I want you to notice. All right, we don't have an actual equation here. We don't have like b of t equals 3x squared or something like that. We just have a statement that says b of t equals 8. What we know is b of t, like that function. What that tells us is how much water is left in the bucket after t seconds. So when they say b of 4 equals 8, notice like where the t was here. What did they replace that with?
4.
A 4. T for time. So they replaced that with 4, so that means after 4 seconds. They replaced the time with a 4, so after 4 seconds. We know that the water level will be what? Wait, what exactly is it going to be? 8.
Yeah.
8. So think, b of t equals question mark. That question mark tells us the water level after t seconds. On this statement, b of 4 equals t, the 4 replaced the t, so the 4 is the time. The 8 replaced the question mark. The 8 is the level of water in the bucket. So what is our answer here? What are our choices? See, after 4 seconds, the water level in the bucket is 8 centimeters. Now, when you go to do these on your own, you're not going to have this nice little paragraph down here. You're going to have to think it through in your mind, but at least you can go back and go, okay, what did we do here? So you have these notes. Let's look at a second one. They use j of t. Again, involves time. All right. When an airplane takes off from an airport, the height above the ground increases. The function j of t represents the height of the airplane after t seconds. What is the meaning of j of 90 equals 720? All right, our function is j of t, or j of t equals something. What's the function trying to tell us? Okay, let's think of the sentence. What's missing here? It tells us the blank of the plane after 2 seconds. Height. The function here, we got a plane that's taken off. It's getting higher. This function will tell us the height after so many seconds, t seconds. So I don't know, t is going to change. When they say j of 90 equals 720, they seem to have replaced the t with what number? 90. So that means they replaced the t with 90, so after how many seconds? 90 seconds. What's the height of the plane going to be?
720 meters.
720, yeah, and looks like we're going in meters. So after 90 seconds, will be 720 meters high. So let's look at our answers.
See?
After 90 seconds, the airplane will have an altitude of 720 meters. Any questions on those first two? You all right? On like a level of 1 to 10 difficulty, what do you feel about those first two? Like 2? Like definitely the 1s, 2s, 3s, right?
Yeah.
So if we have this on an exercise, no problem, right? I would worry you go to sleep at night and then come back and forget all this really good, easy stuff.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how difficult do you sleep?
You gotta answer that. What is it? Still 1 hour.
Well, 20 right now.
Same as putting it at a 2 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
All right, here we go. This one is a guy he's gonna take a ball. So, imagine like Shaq is like palming a basketball. He's just gonna drop it. Let R of D, the function that we're talking about, R of D, will be the ball's rebound height. So we will drop it from some distance, and then we'll measure how high it rebounds. It's never going to rebound exactly as high, especially if you just drop it. If you throw it down, it rebounds. But if you just drop a ball, as you learned in science class, it's like a pendulum. It never comes back to the height unless you force it down. So let R of D be the rebound height when the ball is dropped from D centimeters. What is R of 57 represent? Okay, R of D, here's the function. R of D equals something. That tells us the rebound height if we drop the ball from D distance. So imagine like if you drop the ball from way down here. The rebound height's not going to be very high, is it? If I dropped it from way up here, it's going to be a little bit higher. So I can drop the ball from different heights. We're not doing time. This time our variable is that we're going to drop it from low, or we could drop it from high. Or if I'm Shaq, I could drop it from I could hold it way up high, like 10 feet high and drop it. So R of 57 equals question 1. What did we replace? We had R of D and now we got R of 57. So what letter is replaced?
D.
D. And what is D?
Defense.
What is D in this equation?
57.
What is it? Somebody.
The height.
Yeah, the height, the distance dropped. So we've replaced the distance dropped with a 57. So that tells us, this tells us the length the ball was dropped from. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I was trying to figure that out too.
I guess you could say this tells us the rebound height. Yeah. I have great intentions when I write these notes, and then I sleep and forget what I was trying to say. Okay, so this tells us the rebound height. If the ball was dropped from 57, I guess we're going centimeters here. And that's what we're looking for. So we replace the distance dropped with 57, so this will tell us the rebound height. We don't know, we're not answering the question. We're just trying to interpret what it would mean if we did answer it. So which one is it?
D.
The ball was dropped. Yeah, okay, I was looking at, yeah, C, right here. Tells us the rebound height if the ball was dropped from 57 centimeters. That one might have been a little bit harder. Didn't have to do with time. Most of these do have to do with time, just like this one. All right, the time to finish homework depends on the number of problems worked. So this is assuming you got a student who spends the same amount of time on every problem. Our function is what? I've said it plenty. What's our function this time? P of T. P of T.
PT.
Is our function. That is the number of problems that some student worked after T minutes. What is P of 20 equal 15 mean? All right, T means time. We replace the T with 20. So after how many minutes? 20 minutes. You were able to complete how many problems?
15.
15. So we got to find that. It took 20 minutes to work 15 problems.
Bravo.
That's it. That's in the perfect world where it always takes you the same amount of time to work every single problem.
Brady.
You said Brady.
He can work every problem.
He can work every problem in 2 hours.
30 seconds.
Poor Brady, he'll never get anything done. That big. All right, here we go.
He's
Find
gonna
an
hit.
f of something. It's not f of x, it's f of s. But f, that's like the most common function name. F of s represents the cost of a speeding ticket. The speeding ticket is different for how bad you are speeding. That's just a fact. You're going 30 over, that ticket could be like $300. If you were going 5 over, well, that cost was mean for pulling over, and it probably is like $100. Usually, they're not going to write you up for 5 over. All right, that represents the cost of a speeding ticket. The variable s represents the amount in miles per hour that you were speeding. What does f of 15 mean? All right, our function is f of s equals question mark. That's how much your tickets cost. If we have an f of s equals a number, that'd be like how much you have to pay. So, what did we replace here when we said f of 15? What letter did we replace? S. And what did s mean? What did the letter s mean? Read this right here. S represents what?
Amount.
Amount speeding, right? So, in this case, we replaced the amount speeding with what number? So that means you were probably going how fast over the speed limit? 15. So f of 15 would represent, yeah, cost of a speeding ticket after going 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. All right, that is it. I can give you an exercise on that one if you want. Just let me know.
Yeah, I want it.
Also, here we go. This was recorded. Between this lesson and next hour's lesson, I'm going to put one on. If you don't want to be on the video, duck really quick because I'm going to show you. Or hide yourself in your notes like Eden. Or wave. So wave it, Taylor. There you go.